What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. So this is a PSA, public service announcement. Not some weird prostate definition. Public service announcement. Guys, I think that a lot of us neglect things that can keep us living longer that are really simple to do. And that's health screenings. Look, a couple years ago, I had skin cancer. And first I had it right here, this bald spot right here. Yeah. It's not a bald spot. That's cancer. It's cut out, now it's gone. They cut it out, they excised it. Then I found another cancer right here between my chest. Got that cut out. Unfortunately, I made it where I couldn't compete at my first pro show, but I came back with better titties than ever because they took skin off. It actually made my chest look better. Cancer. How'd you get a good chest? How'd your chest get so tight? Cancer. Anyway, so I had the weak one, man. I had carcinoma. Not a big deal. I mean, if you let it go, I guess it can eat away muscle tissue, bone tissue. You could probably die, but you'd really have to try to die from that cancer. But it was a real wake-up call, so I did my videos on it. I showed all the gory, like when they cut my head, it was nasty. Nasty as hell, man. Nasty, nasty, nasty. But one of my good friends, I'm not going to mention his name, he's actually another entrepreneur I hang out with. If I said his name, you'd know, and you might know him from me saying what happened. So he texts me. We actually had a mutual friend's wedding. So he texts me, and he tells me later that because he watched my video, he went and got his first ever skin screening. Found melanoma. Melanoma, that's the real cancer. That's the one that kills you. That's the bad one. And because of my video, he found it. And he was able to get it removed and get treated. And now he is cancer-free. So that's why I do these things. That's why I put all my health information out there. Be it my blood work, be it my heart rate, resting heart rate, be it my HRV, my heart rate variability, my blood pressure. And I tell you what I do to get to those levels. But there's other things that we need to focus on beyond just those things that go along with the skin screening. And that is whether you're black, whether you're white, light skin, dark skin, just get your skin screened. It's fine. Your insurance covers it. You're good to go. Okay? There are other tests that we all need to get. For those who follow me, I just had my first colonoscopy. Now, you want to get those starting at 45. Because I have irritable bowel syndrome, my doctor ordered it 2 years early. I'm 43. So they found nothing, came back with a clean bill of health, and now I don't have to have another colonoscopy for 10 years. My wife, on the other hand, she has to get one every 3 years because they went in when they went and checked for her diverticulitis. She ended up having diverticulitis, so the diagnosis was correct, which are little holes in your lining. It's just terrible. It's terrible. Diverticulitis is horrible. My wife goes through some shit. No pun intended. And so she actually went in the first time. They had to cut 2 polyps off. And then she went back in 3 years later, and she actually had another polyp, and the other one grew back a little bit, so they had to snip those off. And these are precancerous polyps. And that runs in her family. So my wife has to go every 3 years, whereas I have to go every 10 years. And if it wasn't for the screening through the colonoscopy, my wife could have got cancer and died, which would have really sucked, right? I love my wife. She's my life. And another thing we need to look at is getting your blood work done. Get your blood work done at least annually. At least annually. What do you get checked? Obviously get the normal health markers checked, CBC and all that good stuff. But you also want to get your testosterone, your estrogen, your free testosterone, all those things checked to make sure that everything's working, your thyroid. And that might require you going to a specialist and ordering those tests, or if you have a good doctor, telling them you want and researching what exact tests you need. I'm not a doctor. I don't memorize what's on my form. But if you go to a specialist or a hormone doctor, they'll be able to give you those tests, and they test above and beyond. Like my blood work is so in depth they take like 8-9 vials of blood. Whereas if you just go in for a normal one, it's 1 to 2. Just a heads up on that one. So blood work every 12 months, a little more if you want, maybe every 6 to 8, but at least every year, get your blood work done. Okay, so after you get your blood work done, there's something called a calcium score that you want to get. If you pay out of pocket, I believe my insurance covered everything, but it was $50. Went in, paid my $50. That measures the calcium deposits on your arteries. So that is what clogs your arteries, and that is essentially heart disease. So if you have heart disease or you have this clogging, your doctor might put you on statins, or you can look at alternative interventions that your doctor could talk about, such as nattokinase, such as vitamin K. But you can't get rid of it. You can decrease the deposits. So rosuvastatin, which is a statin, has been demonstrated to do that in data in the studies. You have vitamin K has been demonstrated to do that. Nattokinase, I believe it was a 38% reduction in calcium deposits, or in arterial plaque, as we'll call it. So there are things. So by getting these tests, by doing these screenings, whether it's a colonoscopy at 45, whether it's blood work, what age start getting blood work? My kids are getting blood work now. I mean, my daughter's 18, my son's 16, and my youngest is 11. We get blood work done just to see where they stand. You can see a lot of things through blood work. Get your blood work fasted. That way you can measure all your cholesterol and everything accurately, right? Make sure that you get that done. At the least get that done. So from there, the calcium scoring, vitally important. I believe I have to go every 3 years. Based on my family history, me doing anabolic steroids in the past, all that good stuff, being on TRT. Those are things I get done every 3 years, so I just had a calcium score. I'm good to go. Prostate exam, I believe they do that through a blood test now, so you don't have to get the finger in the butthole. But again, if you're getting a colonoscopy, you get a whole damn instrument in your butthole. And I'll tell you what, other than the clean out the day before, it's nothing. You take a nap, they put you under, you take a nap, you wake up, you say some funny shit, and you fart really loud. I had mine Friday, it's Sunday, and I'm still farting. It's a great experience. But yeah, it's definitely worth it, guys. And I think a lot of times we feel fine, or we think we feel fine, and that's good. But if you can do these simple tests that are 99% of the time covered by even the shittiest of insurance, because think about it, insurance doesn't want you to cost a lot of money. So by doing a test that costs them $200 versus doing a procedure that costs them $20,000, they're going to make sure you get that test done. So again, calcium scoring is one thing, blood work, colonoscopy. Again, for me, it ended up being a big nothing burger. For my wife, could have saved her life. Skin screenings, all things you need to look into. So hopefully this video kind of helped you to get some knowledge on some screenings to be done. Your doctor might do additional screenings for you. Those are the ones that I have consistently. Colonoscopy every 10 years, calcium scoring every 3 years, and blood work every year at the minimum. But again, there's other tests that people go through, EKGs, all that stuff, depending on what your health standing is. And of course, prevention is the best medicine. If you're not subscribed to this channel, I just did a video on, I did a video on the carnivore diet being prescribed by a heart surgeon we interviewed on Evening Rants. By the way, Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, Evening Rants, rumble.com/tigerfitness. Hopefully this video helped you. Get those done, please. At the end of the day, I want you to live the longest, healthiest, most prosperous, most optimal life possible. And again, there's vitamins that can help you. If you want those vitamins, I own a store called tigerfitness.com. Please support me. If you don't support me, buy my supplements elsewhere. right? You can buy MTS Nutrition Immortal on Amazon. You can buy Ambrosia Collective on Amazon, all that good stuff. All right. And if you don't buy from me, just make sure that if there are health supplements that can help you, that your doctor recommends, that you get them. For example, if you're anemic, your doctor might want you to take some iron. It just depends on you and what your needs are. Anyway, hope this video helped you guys. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell. A lot of cool things coming up on this channel. We got daily training vlogs, well, 4 times a week. I only train 4 times a week. Doing a lot of cool things here. Hopefully you join me for the journey. Going to live our longest, best lives possible. And that's not a game. When you were a kid, you probably drank Gatorade when you played sports, right? Well, you're not a kid anymore. You don't need those extra carbohydrates. They're not only bad for your physique, but they're bad for your health as well. That's why we use MTS Nutrition Machine Fuel, powered by the proven branched-chain amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, valine, in the 2:1:1 ratio. We also add in coconut water powder for hydration to make sure that you're able to power through the toughest workouts. Taurine, which is amino acid, which helps to volumize your cells. The last thing we add in is agmatine sulfate. What that does, it helps to flood your muscles with all these nutrients to help you build lean mass and lose fat. MTS Nutrition Machine Fuel is all you need during training.